We've spent a lot of this hour talking about the need for change, but that is not to say that there hasn't been change. But in this case, it isn't coming from the police or the politicians, not yet. Wall Street is watching Main Street, and after the death of George Floyd, it doesn't like what it is seeing. Joining us from Washington, D.C. now is Lisa Osborne Ross, and she is the first black CEO of Edelman, the PR firm, Edelman Global, a real big deal. Ms. Ross, thanks for being with us. And the reason we wanted to have you on is because after the death of George Floyd, corporate America got involved in ways that we had never seen. I know personally that 5 years ago, they didn't want to hear words like racism, diversity, changing demographics, and yet now it's part of the everyday lexicon.
The market is dictating what's good and what's acceptable, and the market is being very clear with corporate America and being very clear with CEOs. These are issues that we care deeply about, and we will buy if we trust and believe that you are committed to change, and we will boycott if we believe that you're not. So this is actually a beautiful example of the market driving systemic change and a recognition that things need to be a lot different than the way they are now.
I heard a civil rights activist say and explain to a journalist that it wasn't the marches that people thought about during the 1960s and 70s that changed the South. It was business. Businesses started to realize they were losing money because blacks would not go to their particular businesses. Is that true? And if so, did corporate America know that going into the George Floyd death, or was it something that they had to learn all over again?
You know, I think they knew it in the back of their minds. I think that all of these corporations are on different places in the journey. The ones that you talked about sort of knew they had to do something. Others have been doing things all along, quite frankly, and they may have accelerated their efforts with the murder of George Floyd. But overwhelmingly, corporate America is driven by, the good ones are driven by purpose with profitability. And there is a very clear indication that you have to be purposeful in your work. And part of being purposeful is for standing up for what is right and what is good. And my parents were part of those marches in the 60s and the 70s and throughout their lives. And I think that they would be the first ones to tell you business drives change. This is something that we intrinsically have known all along. You and I talked in the green room a bit about your past experience and your past approach to education and business. I talked about mine, but very clearly, business will dictate how we move forward, and business is influenced by its employees and its customers, and employees and customers are saying, this is an issue that you have to address, and we will judge you accordingly.
There is Wall Street, there is Main Street. Does Main Street understand that corporations now look at Wall Street looks at corporations on Main Street and says, clean up your act, because if you don't, for instance, we can see it with regards to the voting rights issue in Georgia. They moved the Major League Baseball All-Star game. Other corporations saying, we're not going to do business here. Does Main Street understand that corporate America is watching?
I think they're getting there. I think they're starting to understand it. I think we are seeing a movement in this country, and we are seeing it globally, but I'm focused very much on the U.S., about the connection between Main Street and Wall Street, about the connection between the decisions and the demands and the expectations of people on Main Street of business. And it is very clear: listen, learn, advocate, use your influence, get your own house in order. And very clearly, and this is rooted in our research that we did right after George Floyd was murdered. We went back into the field in August, and we just released research recently that was very clear. There's an expectation of business to do those things. And if you don't, there will be repercussions.
One final question before I let you go. The corporation, the civic leaders now that say, I want to ignore a bad cop, I want to ignore a bad chief. From a corporate standpoint, how do they do so at their own peril?
One, they recognize that the peril is significant. The research that we just concluded a couple of weeks ago, a year after the murder of George Floyd, was very, very clear and interesting in terms of where people believe that racism exists. 56% of those polled said, I think that there are people who are racist. 44% said, I believe the systems are. It's an important distinction because if you think it's systems, you're going to work in this area. If you think it's people, you're going to work in this area. You and I both know that it is both. But there is systemic racism that exists in systems, and we have to be about bringing change and saying to corporate America, if you want me to work for you, because that's the other thing our research showed, I'm not going to work for you if I don't feel good about where you are on these issues. If I work for you now and I don't like your response, and 1 in 3 are disappointed in the response. So if I don't like it, I'm not going to work for you. I'm not going to buy your products or services, and I'm going to tell other people to act similarly. So this power that Martin talked about, this power that Rosa talked about, is really coming into fruition because the power is on Main Street, and Main Street is using that power to activate and to demand change. I think it's a very exciting period for us, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next.
Lisa Osborne Ross with the Edelman Global. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much.